Could you share a bit about yourself, your journey as the founder of Analytics and Automation Solutions LLC, and your vision for the company?
Sure. I think the best way to describe it, my path started basically with a simple desire to help others and give back to the world. Along the way, I kind of discovered a skill for using technology to solve problems and create efficiencies, and used it for my own life and started applying it to others. And that ended up leading me to the Silicon Valley, where I worked with giant companies like Apple and Meta, developing reporting tools and streamlining their workflows. Um, Problem is, it felt limited to me. I could only help my department, my team. I'd hear from other departments that they were struggling with similar challenges. And while I could provide advice, I wanted to do more. The other thing I saw is just the smaller businesses out there. They could benefit from the most from these technologies, and uh, I think the main factor that separates the two playing fields is often just the lack of resources. Businesses will grow, and their need for information tends to grow exponentially with that growth, but the systems and their ability to get the information tends to lag. With some strategy and designing around the future, that scale can just happen organically. And that's why I founded Analytics and Automation Solutions. The main vision, it was to empower small to medium businesses with those same enterprise level solutions without the overhead, and to make same principles and strategies used at Apple and Meta available to them to be able to smoothly and confidently scale.
What was your primary objective when you reached out to SynGrow for support on your project, especially given the limited budget?
Yeah, I think the biggest factor was, uh, I just worked with a lot of different development teams in the past, and from companies all over. Some of them were amazing, some meh. And one thing I learned through the entire thing was you can tell a lot about the company from the initial conversation, even before meeting the development team. And you and were just such genuine people. I instantly knew you were people in a company I could trust. And honestly, well, it helped that we both had a similar mindset on our employees and our work, but you were just a natural extension to my company. And I knew whatever and whoever you provided for the project, it would match the values. And in honesty, I was still surprised with that high expectation.
So, how do you describe your experience working with SynGrow team on this project? What stood out to you about our approach to delivering results?
The biggest thing that stood out, and something that I'm going to value the most probably from forever, is the fact that it never felt like I was handing my project off to a different team. We all had the same common goal. I could just list requirements, and every discussion with the team, it just felt like a collaboration. I wasn't competing on goals. There wasn't anything of, well, let's just get this job done. It was about how to deliver the best results to the user.
So the feedback from your board and CEO was incredibly positive. What specific aspects of your solution, of our solution, do you think resonated with them the most?
Yeah, absolutely. That feedback was incredible. Um, I think it goes back to kind of what I just said. We delivered the best results for them. Um, Often with a project, you start the project with a mindset of let me ask for more than I need because we're going to have to compromise and I'm going to get some compromise on that. But there wasn't any compromise. We worked through everything together and accomplished even the more complex requests. And I think that that level of collaboration shines through. Um, and then specifically for the CEO and board themselves, I think the fact that the main thing they want is to look at any reporting and instantly gain an understanding of what they are seeing with the relevant supporting data that allows them to just know and understand the information instantly. And I think that's exactly what we delivered. Any visualization that was there had its supporting information right next to it. You didn't have to change anything. And yeah, it was just intuitive. They didn't have to dig for answers. Everything they needed was clear and in one spot.
For someone considering SynGrow as a partner, what would you say about our ability to deliver high quality solutions even under budget constraints?
Yeah, I think to anyone considering you guys, I'd say with SynGrow, prepare to be impressed. Um, the attention to detail from your team, the collaborative spirit, it's just insane. It's like the best way I can describe it is like walking into a artist studio. You ask for a portrait, and then after the end of the sitting, you can't tell the difference between the portrait and yourself. It's the quality of the work just completely exceeded any expectations, and it was exactly what our C-suite was demanding. And then to the budget constraints, I don't think it's a fair assessment to compare you guys on budget, just because I think what sets you apart is your efficiency. You deliver a high quality solution, not just within the budget, but within a short time frame. And it wasn't about cutting corners. It was the result of just your team's experience and the skill that they had to understand our needs right from the get-go. Um, they were able to deliver exactly what we envisioned. We didn't have to go through any revisions. And I feel like that's how you guys meet the budget constraints. You're able to do it so fast because of your team's experience that you're still paying them well. And yeah, it's budget friendly because it's so fast.
As we look toward the future, how do you see Analytics and Automation Solutions LLC and SynGrow collaborating further to drive innovation and success?
That's a really good question. I think, well, hands down, SynGrow will continue to be a partner for my projects. Not only, well, not only do you allow me to take on more projects, but at the same time, the amount of trust that I can place in your teams, I can just focus on the aspects that I can deliver the stronger results on, and know that together the merger of our work is just going to fit together seamlessly. And yeah, there's just no doubt that together we're going to be delivering the best solutions to everyone.
How important was SynGrow's ability to quickly allocate the right expertise for your project? How did that impact your timeline and overall project success?
I think, well, your ability to allocate the right person was just incredible. I know you gave me the option to interview before we allocated the person, but at the same time, just with my ability to trust you and knowing that you're going to know your team better than I am. I know that I can tell you the challenge that I'm facing. Hey, I trust you to find the right person, and then being able to step back and just trust that process. That alone took so much stress off my shoulders. And then adding to that, just how quickly that it happened, it was, I mean, it was completely seamless. The Yeah, I don't even think I noticed the impact of the timeline, and I was in the middle of it. It just, not only was it so seamless, it was so stress free. It was just, it was like working with someone that I'd worked with for decades, and it everything just came together. That's the best I can describe it.
What has your experience been like in terms of communication and collaboration with the SynGrow team throughout the project?
Yeah, this I think to build on what I just said, um, everything about it was us functioning on the same wavelength. I was able to talk with the team and, hey, here's what we need to develop. The level of understanding from their side was incredible. It was, yeah, it was like a shared brain. And from that, uh, yeah, from that we were just able to work together, and the idea sharing, the freedom on both of our sides to be, hey, I think this is a better idea, or no, have you tried this? It was seamless. It was like working with someone you've worked with for decades.
Could you share an example of how the solution we developed has positively impacted your team or processes at Analytics and Automation Solution LLC?
Yeah, I think the biggest impact is just the amount of stress relief, knowing knowing that any challenge that comes up that I won't say is I'm not suited for, because I could do most of this, but it's not my best use of time. At the same time, um, just the ability of your team and how well they can just come into to any process, understand it. Um, it's it's given me the confidence to take on the bigger projects, the bigger challenges. And I think, from the perspective of my clients, it's given them it's given them the freedom to push their own boundaries. I think that's the biggest impact. Just everybody's pushing boundaries.
If you were to describe SynGrow in 3 words based on your experience, what would they be and why?
There's a lot of three different words that I wanted to use. There's even sets of four, but I think the best three words that I would have are trusted, quality, and partner. They fit well together, and they perfectly describe your business model.